Hello and welcome to True Crime Diaries. I'm Emre, and before we dive into today's story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our future stories. Today's story is the complex and heartbreaking mystery of the disappearance of Madeleine McCann, a case that has captured the attention of the world for years on end. Today we'll explore the timeline of events, delve into theories, and raise questions that remain unanswered. As the sun dipped beneath the horizon on May 3, 2007, casting a golden veil over the idyllic holiday town of Praia da Luz, a seemingly ordinary night was unfolding at the Ocean Club Resort. Families gathered, laughter echoed, and another day of a serene vacation was coming to a close. But for the McCann family, the tranquil evening was about to shatter in a way no parent could ever fathom. In the warmth of their ground floor apartment, 3-year-old Madeleine McCann, with her cherub-like face and bright, inquisitive eyes, lay peacefully asleep. Beside her were her younger twin siblings, each nestled in their dreams, blissfully unaware of the world outside. A short distance away, at a bustling tapas restaurant, Jerry and Kate McCann enjoyed what they believed was a well-deserved break. Friends surrounded them, conversations flowed, and it was a welcome moment of relaxation. Yet, beneath the surface of this picturesque night, an ominous undercurrent stirred. With the tapas restaurant mere meters from their apartment, the McCanns, like many parents on vacation, felt secure in their choice. They took turns checking on their children at intervals, confident in their parenting instincts and familiar routines. As the clock ticked closer to 10 p.m., it was Kate's turn to make the short walk back to the apartment. The air was crisp, the sky dotted with stars, a beautiful night that masked an impending nightmare. As Kate approached, nothing seemed out of the ordinary to Nice. But in mere moments, her world unraveled. The door creaked open to a heart-stopping sight. Madeleine's bed was empty, sheets askew. A chill ran through Kate's spine, transitioning the night from mundane to surreal in an instant. On Moi. What once was a tranquil holiday scene erupted into frantic turmoil. Panic drew invisibly in the air, thick with urgency and fear. Kate's calls for Madeleine, desperate and filled with rising hysteria, echoed through the halls of the apartment block, each unanswered cry amplifying the gut-wrenching realization her daughter had vanished. The moments that followed were a blur of chaos. Neighbors joined the desperate search, flashlights slicing through the darkness as they combed the area. The local police were summoned, investigations commenced. But despite immediate action, there was no trace of the little girl who seemed to have vanished into thin air. In the confusion of that night, questions loomed larger than answers. How could a child disappear in a place teeming with tourists and families? As dawn broke over Praia da Luz, painting the town in soft morning light, an unsettling mystery was just beginning. A mystery that would captivate the world's attention, raise countless questions, and haunt everyone involved. As the sun dipped below the horizon on the evening of May 3, 2007, the idyllic holiday at Praia da Luz turned into a nightmare for the McCann family. Only moments earlier, the air was filled with laughter and the scent of Mediterranean cuisine. Now, it was laden with urgency and fear. Little Madeleine McCann, just 3 years old, had vanished from her bed, and for the Portuguese police, the race against time had begun. In the chaos that followed, the initial response was swift. Uniformed officers arrived at the Ocean Club Resort, where Madeleine was last seen, their expressions a mix of determination and concern. However, in the rush to action lay the seeds of inevitable error. The area surrounding the apartment was left exposed, and onlookers, resort guests, curious onlookers, and reporters etched their footprints into what should have been a sealed-off fortress of potential clues. The sanctity of a crime scene was compromised, a crucial setback in any investigation. The Portuguese police pressed forward, undeterred, with a series of extensive searches. Helicopters thudded above, their searchlights piercing through the darkened landscape. Ground patrols fanned out, scouring beaches, scrubland, and quiet village streets as collected. Witnesses were summoned, and stories collected. Every detail was scrutinized, every recollection considered a piece of the puzzle. Yet, amidst the earnest push for answers, the clock ticked relentlessly forward. Emerging from these early efforts were the contours of two starkly different theories. some investigators inclined toward a possible abduction. The idea that shadows lurking near the holiday resort had silently traversed the Vale, snatching the little girl away, painted a chilling scenario. Missing persons or kidnappings often begin with whispers of motive. Was it a random act, or did a more sinister plan underpin this action? Alternatively, for some, the case wasn't closed to other possibilities. Could Madeleine have simply wandered off, a tragic misadventure for a curious child? However, pervasive doubt lingered, prompted in part by the unsettling report of an open window and a bend in the latch on the bedroom shutters. Subtle indications, perhaps, but enough to fan the flames of abduction suspicions. The scenario was shrouded in mystery. Observers inside and outside the investigation grappled with an overwhelming sense of the unknown. Why so quickly point to abduction? What did seasoned detectives perceive amidst those early hours of uncertainty? Even more than physical evidence, it was a complex tapestry of instinct and experience, steering the inquiry down certain paths, while millions watched and wondered, desperate for answers that remained just out of reach. The balmy evening of May 3, 2007, in Praia da Luz, Portugal, might have passed like any other, with tourists unwinding under the gentle sway of palm trees, had it not erupted into one of the most baffling mysteries in modern history. The disappearance of 3-year-old Madeleine McCann turned from a tragic family ordeal into a global phenomenon overnight, quickly capturing the hearts and minds of millions across continents. But what was it about Madeleine's case that propelled it into the annals of true crime legend? Why did the world stop and stare? And what were the consequences of such voracious attention from every corner of the media landscape? The allure of this case lay partly in its chilling relatability. Any family could picture themselves in the McCann's shoes on a dream holiday that spiraled into an unspeakable nightmare. The image of little Madeleine, her innocent eyes peering out from photographs circulated worldwide, resonated deeply with parents everywhere, driving an invisible thread of empathy. News channels, tabloids, and online forums were drawn to the unfolding drama, like moths to a flame, each desperate to unravel the mystery that now dominated headlines. Yet, as the story spread like wildfire, the landscape of coverage grew unpredictable. Was this extensive spotlight a beacon guiding towards the truth, or did it distort the investigation, creating shadows and whispers that muddled the pursuit of justice? Each media outlet presented its narrative, scrutinizing every detail of the case, from the McCann family's alibi to the competence of the Portuguese police. The sheer volume of information, often contradictory and speculative, had its own gravitational pull, shaping public opinion and occasionally sparking unfounded rumors. This outsized curiosity placed the McCann family under an unyielding microscope, every move analyzed and often criticized. While initially the coverage served to spotlight the urgency of finding Madeleine, it soon burgeoned into a frenzy that some argued did more harm than good. The blistering pace at which new theories and sightings were reported could have diverted resources and misled search efforts, leaving one to ponder. Did the relentless media scrutiny propel investigators towards clarity, or merely add layers to an already convoluted puzzle? As cameras continued to click and pens inked in assumptions, the case took on a life of its own, inviting the public not just to witness, but to engage in the discourse of innocence, guilt, and the thin line that separates fact from fiction. With each passing day, as new details emerged and faded, the world was left grappling with age-old questions about the role of media. Does widespread attention illuminate the path to truth, or does it cast larger shadows of doubt and distraction? Over the twisting corridors of time, the mystery of Madeleine McCann's disappearance has only deepened. What really happened to the cherubic girl who vanished one evening from an otherwise idyllic holiday setting? In the absence of concrete answers, the void has been filled with swirling theories, each one more compelling than the last, each provoking a cascade of speculation that keeps the world on tenterhooks. One theory points to a local abduction, suggesting that someone from the surrounding area might have been involved, blending seamlessly into the tranquil Algarve landscape. Was it someone familiar with the terrain, who knew how to slip in and out unnoticed, leaving hardly a trace? Perhaps it was an elusive figure lurking just beyond the reach of afternoon shadows, watching and waiting for a vulnerable moment. Yet, inexplicably, such a path remained shrouded in mystery, with no witness stepping forward to confirm or dismiss it. Meanwhile, another hypothesis veers towards a burglary gone horrifically wrong. Could it be that a thief, intent on mundane plunder, stumbled upon Madeleine by accident? In a frantic bid to cover tracks, did this trespasser decide on the unthinkable, unknowingly stepping into an international storm? This theory may seem plausible on the surface, yet it too falters under scrutiny, as investigators have yet to unearth clues that place a known intruder on that fateful scene. The darkest shadows, however, fall with the whisper of trafficking rings, a chilling notion that sends shivers down the spine. In an unsettling scenario, was Madeleine ensnared within a clandestine world of exploitation, spirited away beyond borders and hidden from those who searched so desperately for her? This unsettling premise feeds on the fear of the unknown and the global reach of such networks, yet somehow eludes concrete validation. The very idea that such a ring could operate with impunity invokes dread and uncertainty, throwing an ever-complex web over the investigation. And then, there are the suspects' faces emerging from the haze, only to disappear back into obscurity. Some gain notoriety, fueled by media frenzy, while others continue to linger in the periphery, overshadowing the case with their persistent ambiguity. What becomes of these individuals in the absence of evidence to clear or condemn them? Hopeful revelations turn into shadows of doubt, only to remind us that this enigmatic case refuses to let go of its secrets. The most perplexing question still looms. What could clarify the lack of concrete evidence, even after relentless investigations spanning years and continents? Each theory paradoxically offers an explanation and simultaneously magnifies the gap in our understanding, drawing us further into the prose of uncertainty. As we inch through the layers of this enduring enigma, we are left to wonder if, perhaps, the truth is yet to be seen, a revelation waiting patiently in the wings of time, cloaked just beyond our grasp. Despite the passage of years, the investigation into the chilling disappearance of Madeleine McCann remains a relentless pursuit. Like a complex jigsaw puzzle with missing pieces, this case continues to baffle even the most seasoned investigators. But new winds are blowing, hinting that the answer could finally be within reach. Recently, a subtle but powerful ripple has surged through the investigation. New developments have reignited the hope that has flickered like a candle for so many. It's as if the case, once grown cold, is warming under the bright light of renewed diligence and innovation. Investigative teams from various nations have united, bringing together a kaleidoscope of skills, perspectives, and untapped resources. Imagine the array of dedicated professionals, poring over every detail, every overlooked clue, weaving together a tapestry of facts both new and old, transforming leads that were once faint whispers into amplified signals. In this brave new world of investigative work, technology plays the role of an unsung hero, reshaping the landscape of what is possible. Potent tools of modern forensics, data analysis, and digital espionage have transformed the way cold cases are approached, their once immutable narratives now pliable and open to reinterpretation. Intriguingly, databases that were once siloed may now converge, matching DNA evidence, tracking digital footprints, and revealing connections that time nearly erased. And could these innovations serve as the veritable keys to unlocking the mystery that has stood implacable for so long? The collective patience of a global audience hangs in anticipation. Families affected, the townspeople of Praia da Luz, and indeed the world, all sharing the same, singular hope: the revelation of the truth. As each piece of information is investigated, meticulously catalogued, and strategically linked, we are reminded that advancements such as these could provide the discernible edge needed to penetrate the layers of mystery. How might the combination of cutting-edge technology and old-fashioned investigative tenacity shift the decades-long gridlock? Sparks of speculative thought flicker. What secrets might be unearthed in long-hidden digital trails, or in fragments of evidence re-examined with today's forensic breakthroughs? Can modern science tip the scales? With every step forward, we edge closer to grasping an answer that has eluded us, reminiscent of a horizon drawing near, yet always just out of reach. As this intricate narrative unfolds, one can't help but wonder, could closure be a mere heartbeat away, lying silently beneath the waves of time, waiting for the perfect moment to surface? As we conclude our exploration into the disappearance of Madeleine McCann, we are left with looming questions and an unsettling sense of incompletion. Madeleine's case remains one of the most mystifying unsolved disappearances in modern history. What really happened that fateful night in Portugal? Will Madeleine's family ever find resolution? And what will it take for this disturbing mystery to finally unravel? Thanks for watching this. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more true crime stories.